What's up, YouTube? It's Pastor Bob. So, I was talking to some of my friends, and we were just kicking it around. They said, Bob, what do you think is a great guitar? You know, that you can get for around between $1,000 and, you know, $3,000. And I said, well, you know, everybody has their own taste. Every wood is different. No wood is exactly the same. No wood can be tuned exactly the same. You know, so you know, it's very subjective. It's like grading coins. You know, it's subjective. Everybody's ears tuned differently. You know, everybody's playing style is different. I mean, it's just very complicated to answer that. I said, but I'll show you, I'll do a video and you can go check it out, and I'll show you mine that I love. And if you look, that's abalone inlay, right? Headstock. And you're probably saying, well, what is that guitar? Well, I'm just going to give you a browse real quick so y'all can see it. I'll flip it over. Show you the back. I guess it would be best if I put it down like that. You see it's book matched, right? Beautiful, huh? Absolutely gorgeous. So anyway, I'm not doing a big video on it. I just wanted to show him. This is an Alvarez model 5039. This is number 3149th guitar. And this was made in 1986. Has a Sitka spruce top. Mahogany back and sides. The bridge is rosewood fretboard. Mother of pearl inlay. Abalone headstock, so you know it's top of the line. This today would probably cost you a couple $1,000 for this guitar. But the special thing about this guitar is this was made in Japan, in Yari's shop, right? If anybody knows who Yari is, well, Yari was the master luthier who did all of the overseas guitars for Alvarez. Now, most people don't know, you know, the word Alvarez, people would say, oh, is that from Mexico? No, it's not. Alvarez started in St. Louis, Missouri back in, I think it was like 1965. 1964, 65, I think they started it. So it's an American company. And they actually made guitars there. And then they sorted out finding somewhere else where they could do the manufacturing a little bit cheaper, but with as good or higher quality craftsmanship. They found Yari, and what a man he was. I mean, you'd have to look up the history of who Yari was. I mean, he's just absolutely a phenomenal man, you know. I mean, he really cared about every instrument. He made sure that all of his luthiers and other master luthiers cared about every instrument that they built in their factory. And then the factory is way up in the mountains, you know. He was so nice, he even built houses for his workers. I mean, what boss is going to do that today? They're too busy lining their pockets, right? So, yeah. To get something from Japan these days is just very expensive. You're going to pay thousands of dollars. $2,000-$3,000 easy if it's coming out of Japan. So when you can get some of these models, you know, the vintage models that came from Japan. Who knows? Yari himself probably built it or had a hand in it. Who knows? More than likely. Because Yari was always over every one of his students, you know, all of his luthiers. He always checked their work. He always inspected everything. That's the way he did business, right? And then I can't remember when Yari passed away, but it was a few years back. But they still make guitars in the Yari factory. That's, I guess they named it after him. And to get one of his guitars, which this is the level of his guitars, you're gonna spend thousands of dollars. And so if you got your eyes peeled, and you can let me see, I got a light here, I'll show you. You can look down in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Probably not, but it says made in Japan down there. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark down there. Anyway, this is a Japanese model. It's not made in China. This is the real deal. Now, with that being said, Alvarez has a standard on all of their guitars, you know, for the cross bracing, because they have an X pattern cross bracing in there, and the way that they tune their guitars, the kerfing, I mean, everything is to a certain standard. Now, the difference is whether it's handmade, like this was, or, you know, if it's a assembly line and a little more mass produced. Now, they have a company in China these days. I mean, really, who doesn't? People say, I ain't buying nothing in China. Well, look, they make some really good guitars in China too. I mean, I have an acoustic guitar downstairs that is a phenomenally made guitar in China. Phenomenal. Master crafted. So don't let the name fool you, right? Don't let people's political agendas and leaders of countries, you know, weigh you from something, or cheap products that are made. Because there are absolutely some high-grade instruments everywhere made in the world, okay? Luthiers are a different species, a different breed, right? They care about what they do. Real luthiers that are building real handmade guitars. There is a difference. But now Alvarez, like I said, they have, you know, a plant, which is their upper plant, the, you know, higher class guitars are made in Japan, and the other ones are made in China. I don't know if they're currently doing anything out of Indonesia, but they should look at it, because there's some beautiful guitars made in Indonesia. But there's beautiful guitars made in China too. But the difference is you know, the type of wood they use. Like this is a solid top, back and sides, right? So in rosewood, you know, I mean really high grade rosewood. So you're going to pay for the type of material that they use in a guitar. You know, when I build guitars, which I haven't built an acoustic guitar since, oh God, I don't know when the last time I built one. Many, many years ago. You know, you got to sort out your top. Is it book matched? Is it an A plus, a double A, a triple A, a 4A, a 5A? I mean, it gets very, very expensive. Is it a spruce top? Is it a Sitka spruce top? Is it a, you know, I mean, I could go on and on with different types of tops. Is it mahogany? Is it walnut? How is it tuned? I mean, there's a lot of different things that go into it. So when you hear somebody say, oh yeah, it's got solid top, back, and sides, that's an expensive guitar. Just the way it is. Because it takes a little bit different of a crafting, right? In the way that the instrument voices itself is much different than if you have laminated backs and sides and top. It's much different. And the one thing that I noticed that Alvarez does that impresses me most is they really put a lot of thought into even when they are deciding on a laminate side. Now, I have a laminate one. It's a Regent, and it plays good too. You know, it's a Dreadnought, and it plays absolutely nice. But this is a different beast in itself. Okay, this is handmade, handcrafted in Japan by, you know, master luthiers. And the thing about Japan, you know, I believe they got 4 master luthiers and then other luthiers that work underneath them. And, you know, they're not going to let, you know, a legacy of, you know, I don't know how many years it's been, but, you know, over 50 years, just, you know, come to an end because people are getting lazy. I mean, that's not the way that the Japanese people work when they're building instruments. And I think a lot of people could agree with that. I mean, you're always going to get something that could go. I mean, it's not their fault if the you know, if the temperature changes, because over the years, you know, the luthiers have learned things about drying methods and aging methods, you know. So with that being said, some of the older ones could have got out the door, but this is a 1986. Plays wonderful. Absolutely a phenomenally playing guitar. So look around if you can find some of the older guitars, because, well, I mean, 1986, it's in really good condition. Now, the only thing that I would like to do is, over the years, sometimes contaminants can get into the finish or when you're putting it in. And as a luthier, I can tell you that stuff happens, right? I've had guitars come back because contaminants got in it. And the contaminants wasn't from me. It was from where, you know, I got the top coat, or where I got the stain, or I didn't dry the wood properly. I mean, it could be a lot of different things. So anybody can have it happen to them, and I don't care who they are. No one is perfect when it comes to guitar building. I don't care if you're just a guy who works out of your own shop in your house and you're a guitar builder. I don't care if you're a luthier that has gone to school for years like myself. I studied under, you know, a master luthier in Germany back in the 80s. I have seen the best make mistakes. It just happens. Nobody's perfect. And that's the great thing about building guitars. And most people who build guitars, who, you know, are handcrafting them, look, they're trying to always better themselves in their craft. That's just the way it is. It's an art form. And if people are building guitars and you don't consider it an art, and you're not going to put your heart, mind, and soul into it, and you're not going to love it, then get out of it. Because if you don't think that guitar players can't feel that, see that in your workmanship, they can. Absolutely, they can. Now, I know I'm getting into a big spiel, and that's not what you know, I set out to do with this video. But I do want you guys to understand there is a reason. Is there a price of diminishing return? Yes, there is on some things. Because, you know, in this case, this is a beautiful guitar, right? I mean, I don't know what it cost back in the day. Probably, you know, maybe $600-700 maybe back in the day. Now it would be a couple of $1,000. You know, that's just the way it is to get a Japanese-made guitar. And I'm fortunate to have it. You know, I own Taylors, I own Martins. I think they're all great guitars. I don't have one, you know, that is any better than the others. They all have their place in this world. They all make wonderful guitars. But this video is about him looking for a guitar. I would say, you know, look for something like this. You know, play it. Make sure that, you know, you buy in the guitar because of the way it sounds and not the name on the headstock. So with that being said, this is Pastor Bob. Hope you enjoyed my little short video. Take care. God bless. And I'm out of here. See ya.